Do a live video because I've got I'm so tired of making videos and they get so big and I got to edit them. But when I do a live stream, it's kind of in a smaller file size anyway. Also, it's middle of the night, so my internet shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. But yeah, I just wanted to mention something about this new technology and UEFI partition systems. For many years, we had a certain level of protection because, as you know, file sizes have got bigger and bigger. Viruses tend to be bigger and bigger. And because of the legacy partition systems, the standard, the EFI, I think it is, our BIOS partitions were limited by about 1 megabyte or so. And you couldn't really put a lot in there, really. So there was basically enough room to stick your BIOS configuration information in a bootloader, and that was it. You couldn't get much more in there because of the amount of space. But now there's a whole new level of problems. I've noticed a few people on the internet who can't boot their computers because the UEFI partition is a lot bigger now. It's pretty big. If you want to find out how big, go and look it up. But so that means a whole new problem now. So there's loads of new viruses coming around. If you want a fancy bootloader that has fancy graphics and everything else, it's all flash whistles and bells, you know. You're also going to get viruses as well, which when they attack your BIOS, that is hardware side. That is the worst possible thing, because even reinstalling your operating system isn't going to save you, basically. When your BIOS is messed up, one of the only ways to fix that is to do a complete CMOS reset, and the master boot record is also got to be cleaned before you can even install an operating system. So anyway, yeah, good luck with all that, because it's a lot of work. And yeah, I like my old computer. Okay, old stuff. I've just been working on old problems with my old computer. So the hard drive that in the bedroom failed on me, but it was hardware. So I don't think it was a virus. The drive's over there, but there's no point in bringing it over here. I was going to bring it over here, but there's no point. It's a hard drive. It's just a hard drive. Basically, that read-write head is no longer working. So it looks like electronic server fault with the actual drive, which controls the head moving around. The actual motor also is refusing to start up on it. So I had to switch it off, switch it on. No, sorry, switch it on, switch it off, switch it on again to get the damn thing to spin up. Even then, it wouldn't read any data. When I had it plugged into the computer to try to scan it, it basically said that there's nothing there. The BIOS detected the hard drive, but the computer couldn't see it because there was no activity from the read-write head. So anyway, well, this is what we get with older computers and older hardware. But there's some good and bad. You know, there's some of the good things is the solid state stuff is really cool. It's really good when you don't have mechanical moving parts. But at the same time, you can't defrag them, which is an advantage, really, because you don't want to defrag them because it retires blocks. You know, blocks have only got so many write cycles. After you've written to them a certain block so many thousands of times, it gets retired, and then over time, your drive starts to shrink in size when you run out of those reserves. So anyway, I just wanted to have a little rant for a few minutes because I'm still sorting the bedroom computer out right now. So I've had a right chaos. I had to go hunting through about 8 hard drives. Oh, what was it? No, yeah, something like that. I had 5 in a box mechanical drives, and I had some of my SSD drives backups. I had to go looking all over to find the backup image for the boot partition in the bedroom computer. Why did I have to do that? Why don't I just reinstall Windows XP on that old machine? Well, because you can't even freaking well activate it anymore, can you? If you go to the Windows website and you try to activate Windows, you can't even do that over the... I think you can do it over the phone apparently, but I don't want to be going for all that mess. And then you've got all the mess and hassle of installing all the drivers and that. The problem with all that is that you're on the internet and you're vulnerable to viruses, and obviously Internet Explorer, you would get a virus like that, you know, straight away. So the best way was to restore from a backup, and I had a backup image of it, and I just had to go looking through all my freaking drives just to find this freaking backup image that I made in 2013, 10 years ago. Well, that's 11 years ago actually. So anyway, I found it. I found three actually. I found three backups for that machine in the bedroom, because I've got many machines. It's hard to keep track of all my backups, you see. It's just, they're all over the place. So what I'm doing at the moment, because I had this data corruption, because the other drive failed, I kept getting delayed write error. And the delayed write error was caused by the other hard drive, which was being used as a swap drive for the swap paging file. And because the paging file wasn't able to write data, some data somehow got lost, and it caused some corruption to my boot drive, which in variable, I had to do an SFC scan now to do to check that all Windows files were correct and in the right places and had the right, you know, security descriptors, all that stuff. So I had to do that. So now the boot drive isn't exactly 100% the way it's supposed to be, because there's one or two programs that don't seem to want to work properly anymore, because some of the updates which Windows released later on with all the patches will have been undone by the fact that I've replaced some of the updated patches with older files off the Windows CD. So well, the only way around that really is to restore from the backup image and just basically start fresh with that, because it's already activated, you see, the backup. So and then I can run some Windows updates and sort out them little problems. So this is what happens, you know, all the machines, even newer software, the newer stuff, it's just, there's always a problem, right? I'm just glad I've got Ubuntu, Zorin, Linux distribution installed on my main computer for doing the internet stuff, because that gives you a level of protection as well. Even Linux, apparently, it can get viruses, but it's very rare, you know. It's very, unless somebody actually deliberately puts it in there. But because it's open source basically means that the code is visible to everybody that works on it, and so it's easy for them to actually see it when there's a problem somewhere and remove it. Whereas Microsoft is closed shop, basically. So the only people that know what's going on there is Microsoft. So that's the problem with Windows, which is why I don't like it, because it's closed shop, and other people don't have any say in the matter, you know. Anyway, just a little live stream. I've got so many videos to update, to edit and upload. I just haven't had a chance because of this, all this other stuff going on. Yeah, it's just, yeah, a lot of stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you later, and I'll try and keep you updated with what's going on. But the machine's working, my main machine's working fine now. It's all good. When I'm happy with everything, I'm gonna make some more backups of that. I've still got problems with that stupid WPA. It came back again yesterday, but I managed to get rid of that somehow. But I need to work more on solving that problem, because I'm sick of the freaking nag screen I keep getting with it Windows product activation, because I've replaced my hard drives on it recently with the new SSD drives and all that, and oh dear me. But I really hate Windows. I'm so glad that I couldn't go on Linux most of the time and do my browsing the internet and doing all that on there. And yeah, see you later, bye.